Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Purple Queen. Thank you so much for watching my last video. I got a little bit of negative feedback, but yeah, like everyone has a right to their opinion. Everyone's experience is different, and as a Black woman, as an African woman, I have the right to speak on Black issues the same way Black men have the right to speak on their perspective of like the Black experience, the Black community, and Black women, right? So as long as I'm not hurting anybody, I think we're okay. So today's video is gonna be about how Black women are parentified, not just by like our biological family, our mom, our siblings, our parents, but by obviously Black men, the Black community, and kind of society as a whole. Like Black women, it's not everyone's exact experience, but majority of Black women I know, African girls that I know, you grow up in the household, especially if you're the oldest, like you're basically a parent. You're not really a child. You grow up taking care of your siblings, making sure they eat, washing them, putting them to bed, getting them dressed for school, picking them up from school, if you guys go to the same elementary school or high school, coming home, making sure there's dinner, like making sure they do their homework. You're just actively there as basically a parent. You're not really enjoying your childhood. So even though you're responsible, you're missing certain gaps in your maturity. That's what I realized when I got older. Like, oh, I'm hyper independent. I'm really responsible, but I can be really immature in certain areas, right? And it's because during that developmental period where I should have been like, socializing with kids my age, and I'm not gonna lie and say that I didn't have those windows, but definitely not the normal amount. And I had to really make up for it when I got older and work twice as fast and twice as hard just to kind of socially catch up. So in this video, I'm going to talk about, like I said, the title is Black Women Are Parentified. On my channel, the direction I'm trying to go into is basically like the dynamics right now in 2024 between Black men, African women, Black women. Because I'm an African woman, but I grew up in the West, and I kind of see both sides. I feel like, yeah, I can give my perspective because we do share similarities, whether you're continental Black, you're an African, or you're Black American or Caribbean. The dynamics in households are pretty the same, and that's why a lot of Black girls grew up in single mother households. I know myself, I came from a single mother household. My parents divorced. I'm the oldest of 5 kids, so definitely not the best situation to be in, but we move. So when you're parentified as a Black girl, you you have this natural amount of self-neglect. You put yourself, if you're lucky, dead last. Not last, like dead last. Because you're shamed and you're ridiculed, like, for trying to put yourself first. Single moms, they're in survival mode. They have all these kids. They don't have the best income. They don't have education. So they're just trying to do the best that they can with what little they can. But they're also really bitter in life that the husband or the kid's father just abandoned them. So they're in survival mode. They have these kids. They don't have the income to raise these kids. They usually don't have the education to raise these kids. And then they have an oldest sibling who they kind of lean on as a crutch. Not even kind of lean on, they completely put most of the load on, right? So like I said, domestic duties, you're cooking, you're cleaning, you're taking care of your siblings, you're doing their birthday parties, you're buying the cake, you're braiding the girls' hairs, your sisters, you're doing what. And that's a whole deep dive that I can do, but I want to talk about where the conditioning starts. It starts in your household, from your mom and your siblings. That's where Black women start being conditioned. Then we go out into the world and we start working and we start going to school and we start dating, and that's when you come across the guy that will parentify your ass. So when you meet this guy, he's gonna come off like he's financially independent, like he's immature, like he's mature, like he knows what he's doing, like he has goals. And because naturally, I'm not saying all black women, but there's certain women that, you know, you can meet someone, listen to them talk for a few minutes and see this person's intellectual, this person is responsible, this girl, she's ambitious, she knows what she's doing, she knows what she wants, and there's tangible evidence of your let's just say there's tangible evidence that you're a competent person. So these guys will come into your life and see that, and then want to attach themselves to you and just reverse everything they showed you. Like for myself, I can use my own relationships as an example. Like my last previous ex, when I met him, he was working. When I met him, he's very calm, he's very easygoing, he's very diplomatic. Nothing is like, you know when you're being love bombed, and then the next stage after that, where they kind of start to let go of the facade and, you know, the mask and all of that. Most narcissists, that's how they are. Oh my God. When the mask drops, that's the time that women are supposed to leave. That's when you've already been played. Like, chalk it up and just admit, like, okay, I got played, right? This is a time when the guy, like when the narcissist drops his mask, right? The guy you're seeing, once he stops being mature, oh, all of a sudden he lost his job. Oh, all of a sudden he's not registered for school. Oh, all of a sudden he doesn't have this. Oh, now he can't pay his phone bill. Oh, it's like tragedy after tragedy. And who does he run to? Not to the men in his life, not to his boys, not to his uncle. He runs to you, because the black woman has been parentified. And 9 times out of 10, I am talking about black men, they've been raised by a single mom. So they're like, okay, well, my mom did everything. My mom handled everything. Yeah, sure, she struggled, but that was her plot in life. So he kind of sees himself as still like that boy in his mom's house. He sees himself as that little boy in his mom's house, getting attention. And like I mentioned in my previous video, black men, they have been raised to be the like golden children of black society, right? So black men have always been valued more in the black household, in the African household, in the African family, in the black family. So it's natural for them to parentify their counterpart, who's us, right? Naturally, he's going to look at you as a parental figure. Okay, you're supposed to have the money. You're supposed to be working. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to do that. And what happens when you become parentified to your partner? Naturally, he starts to blame you for everything wrong in his life. That's what I experienced. Once somebody starts to parentify you, that dynamic shifts, especially in a relationship between a man and a woman. You're not like that woman that he's dating, that, you know, that feminine figure. No, now you're his mom. Why don't I have this? It's your fault. Why is this not going well in my life? It's your fault. Why am I not moving forward in my career? Oh, it's her fault. Why is it every little thing becomes your fault? That's why being parentified is so dangerous, because I mentioned it before. I do want to make a video about black mothers, toxic, narcissistic black mothers, but your own parents can parentify you. And a lot of black women have had that happen. Your parents will parentify you and blame you for everything wrong in their lives, even though they've been alive 25, maybe for people who have teenage parents, 17, 18 years longer than you've been on this earth. But now that they see you, you've matured faster than them. You maybe, obviously, okay, sometimes you can get a better education than them, get a better job than them, have more income than them, and be more mature than them, right? So, like, it's a deep hole. Like, it's a rabbit hole. But black women, one thing I can say is, please look out for relationships where someone starts to parentify you. It's not going to be an overnight thing. It takes time. It's like it's gradual. They'll see how you handle one thing. Oh, can you give me a hand filling out this document? I'm having trouble. Oh, sure. You jump in there with your cape. Okay, you fill it out. You get this processed. You do what? You scan yourself a copy. You give him a copy. Okay, he sees that you're good with paperwork. You're very organized with those type of things. Oh, I really need to get my license. I don't know where to apply. You jump in with your cape. Oh, let's go to this registry. Let's do this. Let's do this. Basically, if you're with somebody, in the beginning, you can't always tell, but it's something that is deeply embedded in Black male psychology. Men in general, but this is a Black channel, right? So be careful about Black men parentifying you. It's something that, like, one, you can't sustain that role. You can't sustain that role. It takes you out of your feminine energy. It makes you very miserable. You become a very angry person. You become a very frustrated person because now you're doing the role of two people, Because a person who's solving all of the problems in the relationship, whether it's logically, financially, any external thing that's happening, you're basically working out of your masculine energy. And then us as women, we naturally need a lot of downtime. We naturally need somebody to kind of, be there to handle those things. Like, basically, if you become parentified by the guy you're dating, if you're in a relationship with a man, a Black man, and he parentifies you, there's no way you're not going to become masculine, and there's no way you're not going to become angry. And there's no way that relationship is going to last. Because the more and more you take on, the more you mother him, the more you're the responsible one. Sometimes you have to honestly let all hell break loose in people's lives. Even if you have it to give, don't give it. Even if you know what to do, how to solve the issue, don't solve the issue. Because it leads to ungratefulness. Even with your siblings, with your siblings, with your parents, with the guy you're dating, being parentified as a Black woman is the root of a lot of problems. Sis, save your energy. Play dumb, play meek. You're not playing busy. You probably are busy. Say you're busy, Just try to avoid too much responsibility and over functioning in people's lives, because you don't benefit anything from it. And I guarantee you 1,000% people will not appreciate you more because you're overactive, and you check up on them, and you see if they're emotionally okay, if they're mentally okay. Even your friends, Black women, you can be parentified by your friends who are the same age as you. I've been parentified by people who are older than me, And then I stopped myself to be like, why is this person coming to me for this? That's not my job. And that's not your job, Black woman. Just try to retain your resources. Keep them to yourself. Like, this is 2024. It's a time to be selfish. And it's not even selfishness, because Black women have a lot of selfishness to catch up on. We're behind in the feminine game of being selfish. This year, especially for me, I've grown a lot. Like, those friends that I used to really take care of emotionally, I don't give a damn. They're my friends, but within that line, because I seen, like, when push came to shove and I really needed a few people, they were not there the way I would have been there for them. And then now that I've pulled back and withdrawn completely, everyone is what did I do? What did I do? Girl, hey, no. My energy is for me, for my goals, for what I want to get done, for what I'm trying to create in my life. I'm not giving that out, taking care of people. Because even a phone call can really delay your entire day. Everything you wanted to get done in that day, now you're set back because somebody called and, oh, this happened, or, oh, I'm lonely, I just wanted to talk to someone, and blah, blah, blah. You don't need to be parentified. You don't need to be parentified, and especially those friendships where a person is always calling you about the same problem with the same person, and they don't want to change. They just want attention, and they like feeling that parental figure who will give them that admiration and to validate them and to uplift them. Don't do it. Just don't pick up your phone. Like, I've gotten into putting my iPhone, I'll just put on airplane mode when I get home. I'm not interested. And like, I'm booking some like international flights. I'm like going to the States. I'm on top of my hobbies, on top of my workout, on top of like a lot of things. Why? Because I've pulled back that motherly energy and I'm giving it to myself. the attention that I need, the rest that I need, the sleep that I need, and not putting it into other people. So yeah, just kind of be on the lookout for that, you know? If you're around people in your circle and people they're not good with finances, red flag. They're not good with boundaries, red flag. Yeah, just do a general inventory of your life, of who's pouring into you, who's calling you to give you, like, just to check up on you. Not like, oh, hey, so check in, this is what's going on with me, and this is going on with me, and then, no. Who calls you just to be like, hey, girl, how are you? How's everything? Long time, I hope you're doing well. And actually has an ear for you. Not like, oh, hey, girl, just... Because some people will know when you pull away. Like me, I'm seeing people scramble like chickens right now. Some people will just call and check in, and then, oh, yeah, just go, I was just checking on you, and then they want to keep that door open. Because they feel it like, oh, okay, like she's on to me. I don't really pull my weight in the relationship. She is tired of me. And usually parentified Black women, not all of us, but a good majority of us, we're hyper independent. So we do have a lot of good things going on for ourselves. We are doing well, not just financially, but like in our hobbies, in our business, and other areas of our lives. Because you have to overfunction so much. But imagine when you start functioning from a place that's strictly for you, not for people around. That's why I really love these movements on YouTube, like especially the ones directed on like soft life for Black women. Have a soft life that you created financially for yourself. Don't have a soft life like, okay, if that's your husband, wonderful. Marriage is a beautiful covenant, and that's the person taking care of you. That's great. But there's that whole sprinkle side of YouTube. We can handle that another day. So basically all I wanted to say in this video, Black women, you're not responsible for anyone but yourself and the child that you brought into this world. Even if you have a boyfriend, you have a husband, as a man, he's more responsible for you than you are for him. I mean, yes, you have your duties, but responsibility, he's supposed to be your covering, right? So I really urge Black women, it will change your life. Your creativity will come back to you. You'll start resting and blossoming again. You'll be shopping, buying beautiful color clothes, new makeup. You'll just want to try new things. Like I've tried a few different things that I haven't thought of ever doing because I actually have the time. I'm not there for everybody. I'm not picking up everyone's calls. I'm not rushing to send e-transfers and do this and do that. And oh, this person. I don't care. When I die, when I leave this earth, they're not going to be like, oh, she was there for everybody. Oh. No. Because in 2024, the hearts of many has waxed cold. A lot of people, they're not appreciative, and they're ungrateful, and they're selfish. The entitlement they have, they feel like, oh yeah, I deserve it. Oh yeah, I deserve it. Once you leave and you take your good energy with you, then they start to realize, oh my God, like, I didn't know how much she was doing. Yeah, Black women do a lot with little recognition, but not anymore. Take your good energy, take your time, take your attention, and put it back into yourself. Keep it for you. And on that note, have a good night, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you. Bye.